Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our monthly Angelscope for the sign of Taurus for October 2021. So, before I begin, I would just like to welcome everyone who's new, especially to the channel, and welcome everyone else back this month. Um, as well as I'd like um, to just take a moment to go over the format and just highlight the special offer at Angel Reading that I've been offering since the pandemic. It's still continuing, and it's my $77 half-hour reading is extended for one full hour. So what you would do is go to my webpage, theangelschool.com/services page, and that link is below. You will find a video. I'm sorry, what am I saying? You will find a on the page the half-hour reading written as it normally is. You would select it, and within 24 hours on the first business day, I will send you a confirmation email noting the extended hour, okay, or the full hour rather, for that reading. And then all the instructions you need are there. Since it's retrograde, Mercury retrograde, if you could just let me know immediately when you get it, so that I know that you have it, and then you can get back to me with your uh, availability and time. I just posted the monthly angel reading. Hopefully, it will be a couple of days before you start getting these, so that everybody has a chance to watch that first. And I would say please do that because that information is important. And we'll sort of go with these zodiac sign readings. Okay, so let's tune in. And we do that by taking a deep breath and focusing on your heart center. So just take a deep breath together now. And breathe out. And just allow your body to relax. And allow your heart to just expand. And I'm seeing this very ancient tree, but the trunk of the tree is definitely feminine because it seems to be taken on like a white oak shape. It looks like white oak, but the tree is sort of, a woman, and I don't know if it's a wedding dress, but it's long and flowing, and so it brings in that divine feminine energy that we want to be connecting in with in this month. And it's sort of changing. I mean, gosh, now she's changed to sort of a bathing suit. Her, she's very voluptuous in her breast, and so that indicates to me, but they're, she's wearing the bathing suit, so they're not exposed. So that tells me that there's a boldness to it as well. So there's about nurturing something like your own projects. I feel like there's boundaries that you want to create boundaries. Number one, because of the bra or the you know strap or whatever it is. I don't know what to say, but if she was naked, her breast was naked, I would say that you lack boundaries. But here she has boundaries, as an awareness of the boundaries, and it feels like ambition, right? And so it's this sense of whether you're male or female that we need to nurture our projects, our goals in this month, Taurus, and that you really, need to set boundaries. I feel like, well, don't worry that you need to set boundaries. Don't worry that you have to say to people like, okay, I'm sorry, but I'm busy. I'm focused on this. We'll set an appointment, a time when this is done, or somewhere where I feel like I've, can take a break. Boom. But this is a month for you to boldly really nurture the ideas that you are receiving. So I know we're in a Mercury retrograde, but I feel like when the energy is flowing for something naturally, you have to go with that, okay? Regardless of it's not a good time to do this or that. If the retrograde might actually um, reverse, like let's say if you've been feeling blocked before the Mercury retrograde, it might actually reverse that as it goes into retrograde and things kind of open up for you. I'm not an expert, but they're showing me this, so I have to make sure that you don't feel inhibited by other things to do so. But there's a sense of nurturing. So it is, they're showing me that divine feminine, and that oak, white oak, is like, strong, sturdy, solid support. So there's this sort of support in your intuition and that connection, and just being aware of this and trusting your intuition about whatever it is, that whatever goals that you're giving birth to or that you're nurturing. But there's a sense of really needing to protect and care, sort of pull, forces around this, and not let anything distract or get in your way. All right, so let's take a look at the, oh, wow. No, this card was on the bottom before with the previous reading of the deck when I turned it over, and here it is. So this is just showing you, Taurus, a time of success for you, and a time for you to really be creative, a time for you to really pursue goals and know that there's nothing that can stop you. And you might have this feeling, or this sense, that sense of that boldness that I was getting from her, because it was such confidence in her posture, and that she had these huge breasts, and everybody's going to be looking, and I know my symbolism is weird, but God knows I know, but it describes the emotions that we should be experiencing and the ways that we should put ourselves out there. And I really feel like you should be putting out your assets in this month for you, and the things that you're confident, the things that are confident and that are going to be successful, the things that you have, this almost 100% assurances about, whether it's just an intuitive feeling, a gut feeling. But know that the spotlight is going to be on you in some way, or that the word highlighting might be also appropriate. But you can feel free. I feel like there's a freedom in this card too, because normally we see this wall, and some cards is like the person's just jumping over that. It's like, go for it. You're breaking down walls or barriers, so to speak, where you've maybe felt restrained or held back. And I feel like, like there's no baggage, because obviously the moon card is before this, right? And so we're dealing with all that emotional stuff, and we're diving deep, and now this is just about being who we, being in the light, being ourselves. This is definitely consciousness. The sun card is consciousness, and so the subconscious stuff is sort of done, and now you're just doing everything, being in your conscious mind, focusing on what's happening in front of you and going for it. Okay. I just saw the word monopoly. I feel like, I don't know if it means that you might have an advantage at this time that others might not have, because you're moving out of that subconscious and done your work, and now you're in the light, and you're flowing. Everything is flowing for you. Okay. The message from your guardian angel. Now, I just saw the word judgment just as I turned this card, which is the card that's after this one. And so that's a card of reevaluation, It's a card in some ways known as rebirth, right? Or it's also, see the grave souls being liberated from the grave. So it's that um, alignment or coming, that atonement of such. So here we have the Two of Swords, though. And this is giving you a sense of, okay, we have Archangel Haniel is associated with the Moon card, which is interesting. And what I'm kind of getting from this is that there's something that you learned in your moon phase when you last month when you had all that reflection, right? We're working with the Hermit energy. Now we're in the wheel energy, and so there were some, I feel like you were like sort of stuck between in a place, stuck between a rock and a hard place about something, and you were at a crossroads. There was an important decision. The thing about it is that this card is about, you really want to go to one, you were looking to get to point B, but the choice that you have is something sort of in between that. It's just something that's going to allow you to ease up the tension or ease up the situation enough for you to just get out of that a bit. All right, enough to start, getting that sense of hope and being able to start improving and working your way towards that. So, here, this is clear that you can be successful, but I feel like that with this card, it's saying that it's going to take a little bit more time. And so this might be some of that retrograde influence, but it'll take a little bit more time. They keep writing the word judgment because there's some things that you have to let go of. So like the opportunity is open for you, but there's some stuff that you're not letting, for some reason, you're not letting yourself have this fully. You're not either fully convinced, or you're not able to make the choice because you might want, I don't know how to say this, but like you might want something more than what you're ready for right now. And I think you have to learn how to take the wins, take the small wins, and to really focus on any sign of progress. So I feel like, what's maybe holding you back is that when we get this card, like we just want to go all for it, right? And the universe wants you to, but they're bringing this moon energy before there is something within you that is not feeling that you deserve, and that's what's holding you back. I mean, it's all yours. The world is yours, but you're holding yourself back, and so you got to work through that process. And that's why they keep bringing up the Judgment card. You got to work through that, and so you're gonna have to learn to appreciate the small wins or successes that you create for yourself, and eventually you will gain momentum. You will free yourself from whatever this is. But this is a very important lesson, and there's a reason why you're being sort of hemmed in this way or in this gridlock. It's self-created, but it's your responsibility. If we watch the monthly reading, angel reading, it's your responsibility. And that responsibility involves integrity, right? So, it's your responsibility to align yourself with what your heart wants and desires, okay? And the little hammer outside, I guess. And that means you're going to have to work at it, but you're going to have a lot of success and a lot of support. Trust your gut. Let's go back to that vision. Trust your gut and your intuition. Be bold. So I think to get past this is to just take that bold leap of faith. Make that bold choice. You're holding yourself back inside. You don't believe. But, it's sort of like almost be daring. Show yourself. Show yourself what you're capable of. It's like deep down you don't believe, but if you take that bold step, have confidence, even, sort of fake it till you make it sort of idea, but then you'll show yourself that those limiting thoughts are not real, and then you'll be free. So you might be trying to, this is why I was saying at the beginning, don't pay attention to the retrograde. This card is telling you Archangel Uriel is the archangel you're working with. And you can call upon him to sort of, first of all, touch your solar plexus chakra. And because what's going on there is that you are, like, solar plexus sends out like fingers of light, and you're searching for all it's fear-based. You're searching for everything that can go wrong because you're worried about being safe. What Archangel Uriel can do is work with you in terms of helping you to feel at peace. And that's why it's important for you to pay attention to the methods that we gave you in the monthly reading. So go back there and watch that. And, ask him to give you peace so that you're seeking out love. Your intentions are one of love. And once you do that, then you won't feel as limited. And you won't feel afraid of the risks. Okay? Complicated energy. But just know overall that you're going to make progress, and it will be according to what you allow, but you definitely will make progress. And if you can look at it through the lens of love, you will see it is enormous no matter what occurs for you. But it can be as enormous as you dream in your imagination. But it doesn't make it less if it isn't. Because it's going to be powerful, and it's going to be significant, and it's going to light up your mind, your life, your imagination. It's just gonna light up. It's gonna be a huge aha. It's gonna be a clearing. You're definitely gonna feel this sense of freedom. All right, so I send you lots of love, Taurus, and angel blessings, and have a beautiful month of October.